stop being a busybody and start being productive. There is a big difference between the two, and that's what we're going to examine today. It's so easy to be busy, and you will not even realize it that you've been a busybody. As long as you are concerned, you've been busy. And it's like, that's all that matters. But at the end of the day, like people say, it is only the thing that puts food on your table that matters. We don't live for that, but what matters at the end of the day is the fact that it's what brings something to your life. What adds value to you is what matters. So, but today I'm going to keep on talking about living for a purpose, but not directly for a purpose, but about being goal-oriented. Unfortunately, the way the world around us is set up is such that the world makes us to be busy without being productive. The world is set up in such a way that it's almost like the most important thing you must be doing all the time is to be busy, just be engaged in some activities or the other. So a lot of people are simply engaged in one activity or the other, busy, and that is the comfort they have for themselves. So they are comforted by the fact that, well, at least I'm going to work. Okay, you are going to work. It's good if you are going to work and you have some temporary reward, like you getting paid salary. So you're getting paid, you're getting your salary, and yeah, that might be a little bit of compensation, but that doesn't still mean that you are living a purposeful life. So just living your life, waking up in the morning and making sure that you dress up and you go to work, is that being goal-oriented? Nope. That is also part of what I call being a busybody. What do you mean, Pastor Sunday? To go to work is being a busybody? What do I say? It might not be what you would like to hear. But yeah, you are just waking up to go to work. That could be just being a busybody. So what would be the right way to live then? If you are not just, if you are, what is the way to live to make sure that you are not just being a busybody? First of all, you have to find out what is being a busybody. Busybody is when you are always full of activities, when you are always doing something, when you comfort yourself at the fact that you are, you are not lazy. And you try to pat yourself in the back that you are not lazy, and so you are always working, and so you are not a lazy person, so you must be commended. Or some men who want to marry, and they get surprised. They are surprised why women refuse their marriage or don't consent to their proposals. And they say, why? She is bad. She just wants to marry a rich person. And she is thinking, but you don't have income. She says, oh, what do you mean? I don't have income. I'm busy. I'm working. I wake up every day, and I don't just lie in my bed. And that has become a thing of pride for a lot of people. I don't just wake up and lie in my bed. I wake up every day and get to work. I go to work every day. I get in that bus and I make sure I go to work. I'm not those lazy folks that just lie in bed and don't do anything. I make sure I go out of the house to do something, as if that is an achievement by itself. But do you know that you could be a professor and be a teacher, go to work every day as a professor teaching students, and that would just be being a busybody? That would just be being a busybody. Do you know you could be a business person that's going to the store, or going to the market, or going to do business every day and still just be a busybody? Do you know you could be a student, and it's like, how could a student just be a busybody? I'm getting good marks. You could be a student going to work, going to school every day, getting good marks, and still be just a busybody. You could be a housewife, and that is comforting herself by the fact that, but I have little children that I'm raising up. And so I have an excuse. And that person is simply a busybody. So how do you live to really differentiate whatever you are doing right now from the busybodies? How should you channel your life? How should you program yourself? How should you assess your activity such that you are busy but not a busybody? That should be interesting, isn't it? Can a pastor be a busybody? Well, a lot of them are. 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 So, how do I live a life that is goal-oriented and I'm not a busybody? So, this takes us to the next point that we have to examine, which is, what is being goal-oriented? How do I live a goal-oriented life? If I go to work every day and I put food on the table of my family, could I still be regarded as a busybody? Could I still be called a busybody? If I am going to work and I'm getting paid, how could I be a busybody if I'm going to work and getting paid? Is that possible? Well, sorry to say yes. Sorry to say yes. Sorry to say yes. Okay, what about if I'm a student and I'm doing well, I'm doing my best? Could I still be a busybody in spite of that? Oh yeah. Could I be a pastor and I'm getting people saved and I'm evangelizing and people are thanking me that they got saved and they got to hear the Bible? Would that be a busybody? Well, not everyone, but some are surely are. Some are surely are. So how do I get busy and not be a busybody? How do I get involved with activities on daily basis, and that is, I'm regarded not as a busybody, but as an effective person? How can I really be effective in everything I do? Well, the determinator here is the mindset. So it doesn't matter what you are doing until you get the right philosophy of life. And you have a list, all right? When we talk about philosophy of life, you've got to have a list of points that get in there. But one of the concept of life, one of the philosophy of life that you must have, or one of the worldviews that you must have, is that I never just do anything. I only do things that bring me to an end result that I desire. Or let me say in a different way. I don't do anything if it's not connected to the goal, to the life goal, to the life mission that I have discovered for myself. I don't just do anything. Everything I do must have a purpose. Everything I do must have an intention. Everything I do must be connected to my end result. everything I do must be either adding or contributing or aiding the life goals that I have for myself. Now, somebody is saying, maybe it's like working smart. No. You could work smart, but still be a busybody. So how do we go about it? Do you really need that? I might need you then. Let me try to give you an illustration here. Yeah, make sure you see it so that they see you. Let me try to give you an illustration here. This is Caroline here. Caroline could be working smart, which is not doing too much of bodily activity, using more of her mind, working in the office or working with, using a lot of intellectual potentials and not just running about, but really effective in what she's doing. And she is working smart. So I want to prove to you, Caroline, that you might be working smart, work smart, but still be a busybody. So let's say you are studying to be a medical doctor. And you are studying very well. And you work smart. So with the little effort you put in, you get good grades. But I will still convince you and tell you that could still be being a busybody. You are a busybody when you are busy doing things that don't have a direct relationship with your end result. What's your end result? Your life goals. So if you are called, if you know that your calling is to be an actress, is to be a producer, TV producer, and you are doing your best to be the best today in medicine. You have been busy for the last 6 years in medical school. But I'm sorry. That's a form of being a busybody. Because you've been busy not with things that will lead you, that will get you to the end result of who you are supposed to be. Even though you have been working very hard. Maybe you've even been the best student in the whole university. So, but what good is it when it will never help you to become an actress or a producer? You get a diploma, and you might even go ahead and be working as a medical doctor, helping people out. But you know that your purpose and your goal in life is another thing. So let's take another example. You come from America. If you have an American here watching us, I'm very sorry. I just pity Americans. Because if you come from America, then you've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed to think that you must do everything possible to get a job. To get a job that pays well. And that allows you to have the American dream. You go to work hard, and then you get to pay your mortgage, pay your insurance, put food on the table. Well, can you imagine how many people are doing that on a daily basis? Everybody is rushing to work. Because people think that to just be working is to be fulfilled. No. Because you are working does not mean that you are going to be fulfilled. So when you are working just like that, you have actually sold out yourself to what is called Uncle Sam. You are a servant of the system. You work to keep the system going. And the system compensates you by paying you salary good enough for you to put food on your table. And for you to keep on coming back. And if you don't live like that, then they tell you you are going to be a bump in the street the next day. No option, no pity, no mercy. Of course, you get some Christian organizations who will bring some shaking to you when you are there in the street or every Sunday. But they don't care how you survive from Sunday to Friday. So, just getting a job, and to a lot of people, some people even begin to think that it's a great achievement and even a great favor from God that they got a job because they call it a good job. And you know why they think it's a good favor and blessing from God? Because then they tell you, out of all my classmates that we went to school together, nobody then gets that kind of money. So I'm blessed. So under the auspices of being blessed, you sell yourself into the system. Instead of you living and being busy doing the very things that you were created for. The things that will bring you to the end result of the purpose of your creation. So you are busy in the bank as a bank manager in America because they are paying you well. But at that same time, you know that your calling is to be a missionary. So you live in conflict between your spirit, your heart desire, and your need to make a living. So even though you are being paid very well, and it's even looking like it's a respected position you have, but you are just being a busybody. So what can I do so that I don't become a busybody? You must be engaged, working smart, busy, engaged, doing only those activities. Doing only those activities that will lead you and accelerate your movement, facilitate your movement towards that purpose for which you know you are living or you are created. David Salkelt is saying, how do you know what you are created for? Well, I have a whole teaching on that. If you follow any of the links, you will discover that. Then I have a book that is called Who Am I and Why Am I Here? Who am I and why am I here? It will help you to discover what you are created for and who you are. And if you just go to my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, and go to the video section, and you see the list of all the video recordings, you'll be able to follow the ones on purpose and calling. So, on the other hand, if you are, if you resign from that bank job and you go to the theater, let's say you are supposed to be an actress or a director, you go to a theater where they don't even pay you, but you go there to just help, be a director assistant or just help people in that industry, and grow at the same time. Learn at the same time, but you are not being paid. Even though you still need to do something maybe to get some make a living, but when you are in line, when you are aligning yourself with that your purpose in the theater, instead of just going to get a fat purse and It is actually now when you are learning, you are gaining skills to be who you are meant to be. That is when you are living a productive life. So you are actually living a productive life only, even when you are not getting immediate money right now, but you have aligned yourself with destiny. You have aligned yourself with your purpose. So it is when you, even though you are just going to a theater, it was a theater, you are in a bank. But it is the productive life because you are now doing the very thing that you are sure. But the other time, even though they were paying you well, and in the society, you might have a status better and better respect, and people might be saying, you are respected, you are successful. But you know inside yourself that you are not lining up with who you are supposed to be. Even though now you are not being paid, or you are not being paid as much, and theater doesn't look as respectable as banking industry will look. But you know you are in line with what you're supposed to be doing in life. So that is living a fruitful or productive life. That is living a fruitful or productive life. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are still here. Stop being a busybody and start being productive. Can you come? Do you go to church? Okay. Okay. Do you know most busybodies you ever meet in your life are in churches? Most busybodies you ever meet in your life are in churches. What business do you have going to church 7 days a week? What business do you have going to church 7 days a week? Are they paying you for it? Getting salary for it? If you're going to church, go to church to get yourself exhausted, cubed, exhausted, exhausted, and get yourself, encouraged. That's good because that, charges you to do a better job. But if you are there every day of the week, when do you face your own calling? When do you get to your promised land? When do you get to produce fruits in the promised land and for the destiny that you have been called or created? But some people believe as long as they are in the church, it's God's territory. Yes. And so God will be happy with them. No, God is only going to be happy with you when you are doing what He sent you here to do, what He sent you here for. When you are busy with His mandate upon your life, when you are busy with His calling upon your life, when you are busy fulfilling His expectations for you. But you know what a lot of people do in church? They are busy going to church to make the pastor happy. Right. Mm-hmm. So they are living a busybody life and a wasted life without ever even starting to live. Because they are actually people pleaser, and they are actually not pleasing God, but they are now pleasing pastor, church, choir leader, or any other leader, but they have lost it. You have to identify your own promised land And you have to begin to till and cultivate your land. Because when you start before the master, when you start before God at the end of the day, he's going to say, what did you do with the life I gave to you? What did you do with the gifts and talents I gave to you? What did you do? And unfortunately, a lot of busybodies are in the church because they have been told lies. They have been told lies. So what is the lie they have been told? The lie they have been told is that only when your service has something to do with church, then you are serving. So the only two things you could do in life, that therefore, is to either be in the choir, since you cannot be the pastor. You either be in the choir or is it in the usher, in the usher group. Protocol. Or you cook for people and see them to get good seats. Not bad. Some people might be having that calling. But what I think is that anything we do in church is not a calling. It's just homekeeping. Apart from people in fivefold ministry who are called to do that. But other people, you are just doing homekeeping. You're taking care of your home. But you still have your calling outside of the church, outside of the four walls of the church. So despite the fact that you do choir or you do whatever, usher group or theater group, those are just things you do to make your house presentable, your home nice. But you still have to go to your own promised land. Otherwise, if that's the only thing you are doing in church just to be showing up and letting pastor know that you came, that is the definition of being a busybody. But we are not just busybodies in life in general. We are not just busybodies in life in general, but we could also become busybodies in mundane things, in daily activities, in little things that we do in life or every time. So that takes us to another definition of being a busybody. Thank you, my dear. So another aspect of being a busybody is when you are just, this is even worse, when you are just busy engaged doing one thing or the other. For example, two of you, can you come? Okay, you come first. No, you have to stand this side because otherwise you will not be seen. No, you stand this time. Yeah. So that you see yourself and your face. So you bow down a little bit. Yeah. So if you are busy doing something, going from one place to the other, in my own culture where I come from, they will say, look at her. I've been looking at her. She's been running up and down, doing things here and that. Omo dadani. Now, that is in my language. Omo dadani. You know what it means? Okay. Omo dadani means that child. I mean, that girl. She's a pretty good girl. She's a pretty good girl. So what makes her good? Because she's been running up and down this morning. Or I've been observing her for 1 week. In this place, she's not sat in a place. She's been running down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. She's a pretty good girl. She's a pretty good girl. And for that comment, and for that approval, some people have been busy living their lives just to get that commendation. Or to get that approval. Normally, it's the elders and the senior citizens that say things like that. So because you have been running everywhere, etasketa, like everywhere, etasketa, they said, Omoda Dani. That means that person, that child, or that person is a pretty good girl, pretty good person. So, but what Jesus said about that is that you are a martyr. And the difference between a Mary and a Martha is that Martha was like that, a busybody. even though she was doing something that, she was like busy all the time, and she was actually getting food ready, preparing food, and entertaining people. But the Mary that was not doing anything, just sitting down, not bringing food, not cooking, not getting anything done, she was called that she has made the right choice. Why? She focused on purpose. She focused on, on the things that matter, on destiny, on purpose. Being busy with purpose, being busy with destiny, gave Mary affirmation from Jesus. But Martha, that was actually doing things that you could see results from, was just a busybody. And that's what Jesus said. This girl, even though she's been busy running up and down, but she simply is a busybody. So the fact that so that's what a lot of people do. They are engaged, they are busy, just making sure they do something all the time. No, they don't sit idle. So then they pat themselves in the back. I'm not sitting idle. So that's another aspect of busybodies. Now, I want you people to see, two people to come. You come, and then let another person come as well. Okay. You could bend down a little bit so that you could see each other. And I want you to begin to discuss. You are girlfriends, you met in the market. Or you met in my house. So you kind of talking, right? So this is what happens all the time. Girls are busy talking. Not just girls. People are busy talking because they feel that just because somebody showed up, I must be good. So you are being a good busybody. You are being good trying to busybody yourself, in the sense that, you must engage people, you must talk, you must, discuss, you must do this and do that. So that is being a busybody. That is being a busybody. So, people are just busy talking. Some busy talking with each other that way. Some busy talking on telephone. Some busy talking about anything. But do you know you could still do the same thing? Be busy talking to each other, but talk purpose, talk destiny, talk calling, talk about your missions, talk to exhort each other, talk to encourage each other, talk to, to inspire each other, talk about something that will bring eternal results to your life and that will enhance your callings and your purpose. That is being productive, not being a busybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. So the idea and the bottom line is, anything that you are doing and you don't have a concrete, specific purpose in doing it that will bring you to your ultimate goal and end result, it's just making you be a busybody. So every time, no matter where you are, you must always ask yourself, what is this thing helping me to achieve? How is it bringing me closer to my goals? How is it bringing me closer to my purpose? So for you to be blessed in the new year, you need to learn to live to be fruitful rather than being a busybody. No prophet will give you this. No anointing oil will give you this. And no, prophetic declaration will give you this. You must work on yourself. And you must learn to live a purposeful life. You must learn to live your life in such a way and to structure your daily activities in such a way that they line up with your end result, with your purpose, with your goals in life, rather than just be getting busy on being busy. So how do you get to become result-oriented in the new year? How do you get your life to become productive in the new year? How do you get your life to begin to go and, go around in the new year? Make sure that, you remember we spoke about wealth. And the wealth it's not just riches. And it's not just money, right? Wealth is much more than that. It could include rich, but riches is just one aspect of it. Money is also just a little fragment of it. But wealth could be much more better, bigger, and thousands of variations of them. But the core principle wealth, source of wealth in life, those are the things you must always make sure you get yourself busy with. Get yourself busy cultivating those sources of wealth. Get yourself busy always developing those. Well, if you will never get anything wrong if you get yourself busy always either converting time. You will never get it wrong. If you get yourself busy always, finding opportunities in space and finding your space and developing your land of promise and cultivating your land of promise and tilling your ground and keeping it and maximizing space, you will never get it wrong. If you are busy developing yourself, adding value to your own self, to who you are, and building a shame value in yourself, self-educating yourself, making yourself a better person, you will never get it wrong. If you are busy working and using work as an instrument, as a tool of adding value to yourself, and converting the wealth to riches and to money or to talents or to people or to things that you need to do, you will never get it wrong. And if you are busy engaged with law and order in your area of calling, in your area of purpose, and in the world around you, you will never get it wrong as well. So be busy with things that that will make you productive one way or the other. Because even if you are called, let's say, to be an engineer, and you are just busy developing yourself, by the time you touch the engineering topic, you are already so matured, so developed, to be able to get it faster. So that's why people who have been busy developing themselves, when they now get to a specialization and an area where they are specifically meant to grow, they grow faster because they have potential, they have the capacity, the mental capacity to be able to go, because they have. Or if you are busy converting time, everything you convert time to, will come back to pay you back. If either you are converting time to disciple other people, or you are converting time to invest in other people, that will always pay you back, even though you are called to be a doctor later on or an engineer. So anything you are busy, anytime you are busy making order and exercising yourself in making order and law and order and making everything to function the way they're supposed to be. I mean, under law and order, we have administration, we have management, we have, all these kind of structure systems, all these things. So if you learn to do these things, even if you are called to be, a space engineer tomorrow, because of that experience, it will always work in your behalf. So learn, determine what you are busy doing. But of course, all those things must be in line with what that particular purpose and calling that you yourself have. Okay, let me give you some I want to give you some ideas on how to be a person of a productive person rather than being a busybody. Some help, some hints. Number one, in everything you do, always have that question behind your mind. Is this making me a better person? Is this helping me in the area of the five wealth? Or is it helping me in the area of my eventual calling? Even if it is going to be cleaning the toilet, and you are cleaning the toilet in the ambience and the environment of the person who has something that you need, it is still in line. So always judge everything you do. Judge all your activities. Are they just busybody activities, or they are goal-oriented activities? That's number one. Number two, even when you are talking to people, I'm not talking about when you are just wasting your time like the girls were doing. But even when you are just holding any discussion, something that will help you. You know, some people when they are talking, they cannot even hold the topic of discussion. They are jumping from one topic to the other, and then they begin again. That is one of the greatest ways that you could cultivate being, productive and goal-oriented, the way you speak. Because before you speak, you must learn to arrange your thoughts in your mind. So the people who speak very well are people who have become masters of themselves and have learned to channel and to manage their thoughts and to put it and program it in a goal-oriented way, so that even their thought process is goal-oriented. Even they are the ones who become productive at the end of the day. They are at the end of the day. They are the ones you want to listen to. They have put the order, so much order in their mind. So they are not just people who allow any kind of thought to come to them. So for you to become a productive person, you must first be productive in your thinking process. Even when you are not talking to anybody, when you are just alone, make sure that you take a thought and you learn to filter every other thing away from it. You learn to filter that thought and hold on to it despite the thousands of other thoughts that are coming to contribute or to disturb or to remind you. When you learn to hold on faithfully to a line of thought in your thinking, in your discussion, it will come on the way you speak later on. But there are some people that you cannot even get to know what they are talking about. That means that their life is a mess. So there is no way you will be able to speak straight, orderly, and you will not have an orderly life. Because the organ of the body that is responsible for your speech is also responsible for your life. So, with the brain, the part of the brain that's responsible for your thought and speech, when you are the way you think is exactly the way you live your life. So if you are a person that lives in your own thought life is all mess all the time, I bet you, you don't need a prophet. I can prophesy that your life will be a mess. You might be looking outside normal and good and attractive and dress up, but that's just what you did 2 hours before you get out. You just got dressed, that's all. But that's not your life. So if you have mess in your life, in your mind, in your brain, in your thought process, you have a messy life. And a lot of people, unfortunately, their life is busybody in the thoughts. Their thoughts are just busy. That's why during the conference, during the HMT this week, I spoke to people and I told them that they must have only 3 to 5 topics that they think about. And everything in your life must be around those 3 to 5 topics that you have. You don't allow any other thing to come to your life. You just use those particular areas of thought to manage and guide your life, your thought. If you can put it in order that way, you can put your life in order as well. So if you missed that, if you didn't watch that program where I spoke about the 5 things that I think about, and so somebody asked me yesterday, what do I read about? How do I know what to read? I already have my 5 areas of thought. They dictate every other thing. Everything is in that order only. So if you want to know how orderly you are and how organized and productive your life is going to be, look at how your thought process is. Start with your thought process. Because as a man thinketh, so he is. Why? Because your thinking process has direct link to your life. So the organ of the body that is responsible for your thought and thinking is the same that is responsible for your life. Next thing that you want to consider to stop being busybody and become productive is that you want to have a big goal that is broken down to stages. Once you break it down to stages, that big goal, break it down to smaller pieces and stages, then make sure you put a calendar to it. When you put a calendar to your goals, it becomes what we call plans. So you have to start with a distant plan, long-term plan, mid-term plan, then the short-term plan, and then the daily plan. One is coming from out of the other. One is coming out of the other. Not the opposite, from here to there, but from there to here. Next point. Before you start your day, always sit down and analyze your daily activities. Are these things just getting me busy, or they are getting me productive? If you know, all of us have to have busy days as well, when we just do things we need to do. All right, taking care of the children, bathing, eating, doing sports or something like that. But you must have at least between 40 to 60% of your day that you could account for that, yes, this amount of time is being used to touch my dream, to touch my goal, to touch my purpose. I am investing this certain amount of time to either develop myself, to either cultivate myself as the greatest wealth, or to convert my time as the greatest wealth, or to research and cultivate my space as my greatest wealth, or to develop law and order, or I am working towards my goals and purposes. So always examine your daily activities, because sometimes you get caught up in just being busy and in activities without even knowing. By the time you wake up, it's 3 years later. You could get caught up in just being distracted. Another thing you want to do to be productive is you want to put things around you that will remind you, because maybe you are working, maybe you go to work 8 hours a day. Put things around you that will remind you that, you have not touched you have gone to work, you are tired, but you have not touched your own dream. Maybe you have not read anything about your purpose. Maybe you have not done anything in that particular, and you must have a list of things that you want to do. So, put things around you to remind you. Paste things have you touched your own dream today? Yeah, you have done everything that is required of you. But what about you? Have you invested in yourself? What I'm saying is reminders. Put reminders around you. Maybe you have electronics, you have smartphone now, you have telephone, you have iPad. You could put things that will just be popping up and let you know that you need to do this today, you need to do that tomorrow, you need to do this. So that every day you are sure, you are actually touching your dream on a daily basis. Next thing you need to do, put yourself under a strong control system. So that when you are beginning to talk, you just need to say, excuse me, I have to go. You must be able to control yourself, be able to think about what I'm supposed to do. Somebody was talking the other day that I don't go to visit anymore. And I've stopped going to visit for a long time because I don't even know who to visit, so that I will get something there. Normally it's just people just visit and just talk emptiness. But if I'm going to visit, if I have to do it, then I know that I don't go more than for 2 hours, 1 hour. And I have to run back and do, that 1 hour, normally I've lost a lot of time. So it could be an internal system of control but have a system of control that takes you away, that that wakes you up, that that you used to say, no, I have to go, I have my next thing to do. So system of control, internal system of control for yourself. Fight for your every minute. Because it's only the man that trembles upon every one of his minutes that is really a free man. It's only the man that trembles fighting for every one of his minutes. He's one that is free. Because he's in charge of every minute. He can use it the way that is right. Next thing you need to do, for you to really be productive, stop blaming people. Stop playing the blame game. Nobody is responsible for the fact that you didn't do what you need to do, that you didn't move towards your vision, towards your goal. No one is responsible. Yes, my husband, yes, but you are at the end of the day responsible. Oh, my children are the one that couldn't. Yes, but you are at the end of the day responsible. Oh, my pastor, but yes, you are the one that's responsible at the end of the day. Oh, my church, but yes, but you are the one that's responsible at the end of the day. Oh, it's the country that I live in. Well, yes, you are the one that's responsible at the end of the day. So don't put the responsibility on your productivity on my boss, my job. No, you are the one that's responsible at the end of the day. So hold yourself responsible. So this new year, if you really want to be productive and you want your life to count and you really want to predict your own life and you predict your own result, put your life in order by stopping being busybody and by starting to be productive.